Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back. Long story short, we got banned from YouTube for 2.5 weeks. I don't know why. I'm bitter about it, but here we go. So today, we have the ultraview speed tapes. So you can see, does it say speed tapes? Yeah, it says them right up there. So my bow shoots too fast to shoot the normal speed tape, or normal sight tapes from ultraview. So we got those speed tapes in today, and we're gonna try to sight them in. So I'm not gonna talk a lot here because it's only 20 yards. It's right there. It's 20 yards. You guys don't really want to see me shoot 20 yards, so I'll just get my 20-yard mark and I'll just walk you through the process. I shot a few arrows off camera just to make sure that I was on the target. And these were the first two that I shot to make sure I was on target over here and there. But I just took quite a few shots, so these three right here were my first ones. But I think like this one was my last one on that target. This one was my last one on that one, and that one went right in the X-ring. So after pulling my first few shots, I'd say that's pretty sighted in for 20 yards, or a good start. So now what you do, which is very important. Now you take your bow, you take your bow and your sight, you lock that wheel down, and on the back here, I modified mine a little bit, but on the back there, I don't know how well you guys can see that. There's a little tiny pin right in there, like an indicator pin. That's what you're going to use with your setup tape. So, on your ultraview sight tape sheet, you're going to get something called a setup tape. And this is very important. So I'm lining my setup tape with that little indicator on the right hand side of the sight if you're a right-handed shooter. And you want to get that as precise as possible, right on the money. Right on that line. So it's as accurate as it can possibly be. So that's right on the line. So it just goes on the side like that, and then your little indicator sits at the top, right about there. Well, that first line. That first line's your 20 mark. So you line it up with that, and then you walk back to 60, and then there's the little dashes in here. That'll tell you which sight tape you're on. So let's walk back to 60 and we can see what sight tape we land on. So now we are back here at 60 yards. The target's that way. It's like, yeah, it's like right there. So you're at like 64 yards, I'm at 60 yards. So all you gotta do now is you take a wild guess, and then you move your sight tape to one of those like little dashed lines right in there. So for me, I'm gonna move mine to like sight tape number -2, and we're gonna see where that gets me. And I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, but everything you're doing sighting your sight in right now is with the middle pin, the fixed pin. That's an important detail that I forgot. I'm definitely gonna take one round on this. Well, that was the end of round 2. I'll shoot a few more and then bring you guys down there. Okay, so we found my 60-yard pin. I ended up shooting 2 more groups after I cut the camera. And the next step is you look where that little pin lines up. So that's lined up right there, that little pin. And that's telling me I'm on sight tape number -2. So I find that I'm on sight tape number -2, and I peel off sight tape number -2, and then I align my center pin up with 60. So now all I'm going to do is put the sight tape on the rail here, and it's just a little easier to get at if you take the rail off. So now I have my actual sight tape right there, and for me, my bow shooting so fast, I'm going to set up 20 40 60 and not 20 30 40. So in this instance, I would move my middle pin up to 40, and then I'll shoot my bottom pin in for 60.